Kick your shoes off, take a load off. Don't go nowhere till the show's off. Oh, you know it's gonna be a movie when you got Cletus Cassidy on your TV. Yeah, already know Mr. Funny Man. Coming to you and making you laugh again. Started off on the radio, now we got the Cletus Cassidy Show. Coming to you and making you laugh again. Started off on the radio, now we got the Cletus Cassidy Show.
Y'all know what it is. See you in the morning. It's about that time. Let me make sure I'm working right here. Let's make sure we got going what we I can be heard. That's exactly what's happening. Welcome to another edition of See You in the Morning. I am, of course, your host, Cletus Cassidy. What See You in the Morning is my horrible idea to get up in the morning and give y'all way too much of my personal business. Way too much. Just put way too much of what's going on in my life out there in the atmosphere. In the metaverse and the whatever we call the world nowadays. Put too much of my personal business out there. I'm excited to be here, man. This is fantastic. In case you were wondering, man, it's unscripted. It's unscripted. It's unparalleled. There's a lot of things that it's the unshow. It's an unshow. But so glad that you all chose to be here. Now, if this is your first time hearing this, you're about to experience something so cold. If you've been here before and you found it not robbery to come through one more time. I appreciate you. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you chose to be here with me. And I'm cool with that. So there's not a lot to the show. It's not a lot to the show. It's me and my random rantings. It's all the show is. It's all it's become. But the only thing that manifests and is solid, it doesn't change about the show, is that I speak to the people that speak to me. If you are kind enough to come on here in the morning and hit me with a hello, a good morning, a how they do, how do you do, I speak back. It's what I do. And the first three people to speak to me, of course, get the mythical medals, the M&Ms, the morning mythical medals. So let me go ahead and get those out this morning. Is that okay? Is that all right with you? Okay, keep banging. Winning the bronze this morning is TT, Tiny and Tasty, Miss Crystal Pennell. Good morning, Crystal. That's you with the bronze this morning. Silver goes to IDA, Miss Ida Seaborn. And of course, the gold goes this morning to Staris Lawton. First time gold medalist, I believe. You may have gotten it before, but you got it today. If you gotten it before, I appreciate it. But it's your first time winning it today. I'm going to be right one way or the other. So Staris Lawton with the gold. Stars with the gold. Ida with the silver. TT with the bronze. And almost winning the medal. Getting the aluminum fourth. My man Snoop Boykins. Also here is Fernita T. Mitch. Betty Burnett. Miss Wendy Riddick. The ref. Ronald Cross. James Massey. Good morning, sir. Good morning, sir. Okay, I got you. Good morning to you. Bree is in the building. Daphne wearing Sorrell, my orchestra teacher. For those of you who need verification that I did play the cello when I was in school, that was my actual orchestra teacher. Daphne wearing Sorrell, I played the cello. Mostly because it was the only instrument you didn't have to pay for. I knew my mama wasn't going to buy no instrument. They would give you a cello. So I played the cello. Plus I got to sit down. Kept you upright. It was nice, the cello. Beautiful, beautiful instrument. PP, Patricia Pippin in the building. Christine's in here. Melissa Kuther like Luther. Letitia also could be Letitia. Tony Fogel. K Mac in the building. Eminem, Michelle McKinney. Wilberta Carter. My girl Tam is in the building. Sharonda Z. My girl Tam is in the building. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. I put up a post last night. Got a text message last night. And there are, what up, Jason? There are people in rooms that are talking about you that you don't even know. The people in rooms, I'm okay, Z. I don't know why I wouldn't be, but I'm fine. There are people in rooms talking about you. Good morning, Sharonda, that you don't even know about. There's people, you are on the minds of people, and you don't even know why you on their minds. They on their Brian McKnight. Do I ever cross your mind anytime? Do you ever wake up reaching out for me? That's probably sleep apnea. That young lady probably has sleep apnea. She just wakes up reaching out for you. Sleep apnea, Brian. You're singing about a disease, but you on the minds of people that you don't even know you on their minds, and so they gonna talk to you. They got to say stuff. People can't keep their mouths shut. It is ridiculous that they just can't be like, we finna be quiet for just a little bit. We just gonna shh. You got to stay on people's minds. We got you got people talking about you. I got a text yesterday about some people who was on a podcast. They decided to discuss me yesterday. Now I don't talk about these people. I don't care a hill of beans about them. But they decided to discuss me on a podcast yesterday. It was real interesting how they decided to discuss me. It was a lot of jealousy, a lot of hatred that came out of it. Good morning, Larry. Good morning, Jamila. Good morning, BB. But nothing beats my girl Tam yesterday. My good friend, my cousin, my people's Tam. Yesterday, they brought a lot out of her. I was proud of her. I was proud of her in ways I've never seen anybody go completely ballistic, just lose it all on the book. But she did. It was great. It was great. She quit her job. She did everything. She's like, I don't care about my job. None of y'all talked about my kids. I talk about my kids. I was proud of her. The way that she went in there, she said all the pastors called her and told her to take it down. No, sir, leave it up. I'm all for it. Let the petty reign. Sometimes you got to go ahead and just be petty and let them know you're not dying about it. People mistake your position in different things and they think you soft out here in these streets. You got to let them know my name is not Charmin. My name is not Charmin. So I'm not soft and I'm not in between your cheeks. And I'm not putting up with your ish. You gotta let them know your name ain't Charmin. The occasional snap is what keeps people in line. Sometimes you gotta snap just every now and again. If you always snapping, then people don't respect it. But if you snap once in a while, you good to go. Sometimes you gotta snap just once in a while. If you snap every day, nobody respects your snap. Now you just some Rice Krispies. If you snap, crackling, and popping all the time, ain't nobody caring about that. But you got to snap every blue moon. Every day, you look out there. Forgetting the eclipse. When that moon turns blue, go off. Go ham. Your real people gonna back you up on it. Your real people know. If TDJs, when they started doing the swallowed up, if TDJs would have came out and been like, F you and your mama, the horse you rode in on, I'd have respected it out of TD. Theophis Denzel Jakes, if he would have came and went hard like that in the paint, I'd have respected it like crazy. You got to respect it. Because here's what the thing is. People will treat you with a lack of respect because they feel like you won't do it. That's just the whole thing. That people know your character. People are like, oh no, his character is he too nice. He's a nice guy. He don't cuss. We can say whatever we want to. We can do whatever we want to do. And they feel like, oh, she got a good job. She can't go off because she got a job. No, sir. Sometimes you got to go off. And I was with her. Matter of fact, a lot of times I'm the designated snapper for people. When people need to snap, I'd be like, oh, just tell me, I'll do it. Sometimes you just got to do it. All I'm saying is protect your peace. And then what all you got to do, here's what really makes it scary. Snap and then let it go. If you can snap and let it go, then people know you real crazy. People will know, oh yeah, there's some issues over there. Snap and let it go. I'm telling y'all, that's my suggestion for y'all now. Sometimes you just gotta go into work. When they start getting on your nerves, just tell them you'll blow the office up. I'll blow this whole office up. Just yell it out from nowhere. Then people be like, I don't know what to do. I think they'll blow the office up. They won't mess with you no more. That's all I'm saying. Somebody take your lunch one day, just going in, just slam the refrigerator door. I'm sick of it. I'm putting rat poison in everybody's food if mine disappear again. I guarantee you. Ain't nothing going on. It ain't happening. Oh, I'm going too far, Jamil? I can't say I'll blow the whole office up. Oh. I'm just telling you, sometimes you gotta let them know. Sometimes you gotta get called in the HR. Sometimes they gotta meet you in HR. If you ain't been called in the HR on your job yet, something is wrong. You ain't working right. Cause they gonna keep picking with you. They gonna keep right on picking. Oh, look at y'all. Y'all all scared to blow up an office. Y'all act like y'all ain't. Let me tell you something. The number of offices I done blown up is crazy. You ain't saying you ain't. It ain't intimate. It ain't intimate. Imminent. It ain't imminent. Just let them know. I mean, them community standards. That's what you got to tell them. Flip a table. You see what happened on Lean on Me? That man flipped that table on Joe Clark. He got his job back in no time. Then he was able to talk back to Joe. Should have never fired me in the first place. Jamila, ain't nobody say you gonna blow nothing up. You just gotta let people think you will. See, there you go right there. You done took your own credibility away from yourself. Keep messing with you. Tell y'all right now, ain't nobody gonna have no tires out here but me. Nobody. You gotta let them know. So big ups to my friend Tam yesterday for going slam off. I didn't go slam off yesterday. I just let them know who I was. I just let them know who I was. Just be like, just go in there and unplug all the copy machines at the office. I'm not bringing any attention to the podcast. I don't need anybody to know what the podcast was. I'm different in that way. I'm not gonna tell everybody to go watch, because here's the thing: people want to get the number. So I'll never tell anybody, hey, y'all go watch this. Blah blah blah. Oh, if you work in a school, you got to go off once or twice, because the kids won't respect you if you don't go off. Just get in your classroom, Carlita, and yell at a kid that don't even exist. You don't have no Timothy in your class. Just go off on Timothy. Timothy, I'm gonna tell you right now, Timothy. Do it again. Here, you hear me, Timothy? I swear I don't need this job, Tim. Everybody be like, ain't even no Timothy in this classroom. That's right. The kids had no idea what's happening. What's going on? Yeah. I ain't even got to get out and get, yeah, but people, I'm not going to never give anybody the attention that they want. They want the attention. And I don't mind. Somebody came and told me, somebody came and told me about what was being said about me yesterday on the podcast. And they were like, I'm not bringing you no bad news. I mean, you were. Because I hadn't even seen it. I don't even pay attention. I don't even watch this particular podcast. So I didn't even know. But I was like, oh, okay. That's how they want to do. That's how they want to do. Moving on. Thursdays. What is it good for? Have we decided why Thursday is even a relevant day? Thursday. Since the Cosby Show stopped coming on, what is Thursday good for? football season, I guess, because you got Thursday night football. But Thursday is just an irrelevant day. Thursday is just a relevant day. Monday start the week off, so you set the tone. Tuesdays got tacos. Wednesdays you hunching. Fridays the beginning of the weekend. Saturdays when the weekend's in full bore. And depending on how you live, Sundays are for church. Thursday, though, gives you nothing. The Mysterio says that Law and Order comes on Thursday, but Law and Order still has Olivia. Law and Order still has Olivia, and they've been trying to the force feed Stabler back on us. They've been trying to force feed Stabler on back on us, and if we can just let's talk TV. Let's talk TV on this Thursday. I've always hated Olivia. Anybody that really knows me knows that I love Law and Order SVU. I can't stand Olivia. I can't stand Olivia. I can't stand her. Olivia is the worst. First of all, she's a little bit racist. She don't follow no rules. She should have been fired episode 2, season 1. Can't stand Olivia. Can't stand Olivia. Can't stand Stabler. Hate the fact that they won't give Ice-T a promotion. Ice-T been in the same job for the last 14 seasons. Somebody get Ice-T a better job. Ice-T shouldn't be on the street. Ice-T should be the chief of police by now. Olivia be doing too much. She cared too much. She make up her mind in the beginning and she rolled with it. Can't stand Olivia. I don't think there's a TV Olivia I've ever liked. Olivia Newton-John, didn't care about her. Didn't like Olivia on the Cosby Show. Can we just be honest about it? Cosby Show is a African American staple. Everybody watched the Cosby Show though. Black people, white people, Chinese. Everybody watched the Cosby Show. Nobody ever said Olivia need a beating. Olivia needs to be sat down. She needed a beating. Olivia was horrible. Didn't like Olivia at all. She didn't match anything. Olivia daddy was dark as midnight. And Olivia was light as notebook paper. Olivia was too grown. Even for the time when she came on, Olivia was too grown. She was always in grown folk business. Nobody ever told Olivia, go sit down somewhere. Get out of grown folk business. This conversation ain't got nothing to do with you. Rudy and Vanessa and them, they all got, everybody else got discipline. The Cosby Show was the first show that showed you that grandparents get soft. Rudy, Vanessa, Theo, everybody got discipline. When they made Theo live in the real world, when they paid Theo, Bill Cosby showed him, hey, Cliff said you ain't got enough money. Big fun with the wretched. That was everybody's mama. I think that was one of them times where she didn't even have to act. The first season, Claire won't even acting. She thought them kids was hers. They was her kids. She was going in, talking to herself, doing all kinds of stuff. When Vanessa went out there, had big fun with the wretched, won't no acting no more. She was Shirley Caesar in the backyard. She ain't playing no more. Too grown. It was stuff that happened on TV that shouldn't have been happening. Steve Urkel had way too much access to Laura and to the Winslow home. Theo couldn't even get his ears pierced. Y'all saw it. Steve Urkel had way too much access to the Winslow home. The Winslows never locked their door. That door should have been locked. Steve Urkel shouldn't have been able to come in. And if we can keep it a buck, there was no difference between Steve Urkel and Stefan Urkel. The fact that y'all started falling in love with him because he took off his glasses led me to a lot of childhood trauma. Because I couldn't see. I'm out here blind. And I'm feeling the only way that I could become sexy is to not have glasses. And it never worked. Steve Urkel should have been shot at least twice. They never locked their door. He just came into their house, just walked in the house. They ain't had no padlock, no nothing. That house was never locked. They lost one child, and Steve just came in anytime he wanted to. And then all he had to do was put on a suit and take his glasses off, and he became sexy. It's crazy. It's ridiculous how it worked. We can talk honest about TV. We talk honest about TV. I'm sitting there with a complex because I wear glasses, and I realize I'll never be able to get the girl. That's what that show told me. The show told me I'll never be able to get the girl because I wear glasses. And we want to keep it a stack. Stephon Urkel was wearing suits to school. Unless you Terry Butler, that won't cool. We would have lit him up. Lit him up. You tell me how Geraldo Faldo made it. Geraldo Faldo made it that far in school. Why? How did he make it that far in school? It's ridiculous. Let's keep it a buck. Let's just keep it a buck. Jaleesa, Kim, everybody look better than Whitley. Everybody look better than Whitley. I'm just telling y'all right now. Give me Kim any day. Give me Jaleesa. Jaleesa was 26. They made Jaleesa seem like she was 90. Give me any of them over Whitley. Couldn't stand Whitley. Could not stand Whitley. Couldn't stand Whitley Gilbert. I don't know what Dwayne was thinking when he married her. I'd have let the senator have her. And I would have kept my little Chinese woman. I'd have kept that Chinese woman. Different World. All those shows had all that hidden racism in it that you didn't see. Colorism is what it was. You got to look at what happened. Look at what happened when who was better. They always made sure it was a light-skinned one in there. You look at them kids. You look at them Cosby kids. Look at them Cosby kids. Where in the world did Denise and what's the oldest girl's name? Sylvia, Sonia. Where did they come from? Where did they come from? Whose baby is that? I ain't even gonna lie. Sandra, I ain't even gonna lie. Claire Huxtable had to be cheating. Had to have been cheating. Had to be. It ain't no way Sandra was cheating. I mean, Sandra and Denise, those were cheat babies. You can't tell me no different. That first one and that last one, cheat babies. How did they end up with them two babies? Now, Cliff's, and then you got to go look back. Cliff's parents, both of them light. And here come Cliff. Who birthed them babies? We just got to ask the questions, Jamila. The grandparents were light skinned. Well, where did the parents come from? Somewhere we didn't think the casting through. We didn't think all that through. But they kept the light skin, dark skin. They kept that as a battle all the way through TV. We didn't even see it. When Steve couldn't get with Laura, he went and found that light skinned girl. He went and found a light skinned girl. He went and found the light skinned girl. You saw it. You saw it. Can't get Laura. Give me something light. Different World. That was the two differences. You had Whitley was light and beautiful, and everybody else was dark and ugly. We couldn't even be dark and lovely. It was just, oh, Kim, you're dark skinned. You'll be all right. You're smart. No, that's what you had to be if you was dark. At least you're gonna be a doctor. Sinbad had a job as they called him a gym teacher, but he had a job because he was light skinned. But look at he was a professor. Mr. Gaines was dark skinned, so he had to work in the kitchen. Y'all look at it. It was right there. It was right there. Every episode. We can go all kinds of shows with these same truths. If you didn't fit you had to be super talented to not fit the mold. If you was big, you couldn't get a man on TV. Look at how Countess Vaughn and Monique sold their souls to try to get a man on their show on what was that? Moesha? Mo to the E to the Countess Vaughn was throwing it at everybody. I ain't never seen nobody in the high school throw it like that. She was throwing it at everybody. Anybody could get it. Professor Ogilvy, I ain't never seen nobody curving you on purpose that way and you just keep throwing it out. Professor, yeah, like, again, let's keep it a buck. Professor Ogilvy won't even hot. Oh, the Parkers, whatever the show was. The Parkers. I ain't never seen that level of desperation. It was crazy. Professor, you act like Professor Ogilvy was Idris Elba or something. I'm straight, man. I understand what Idris brings to the table. Idris speaks 2 languages, English and English. Living Single was a good mix. Trying to think of what I didn't like about Living Single, other than the fact that we tried to convince people that Queen Latifah liked men. I think that was a good mix. I think they did well on Living Single. But you still had to have it's like it's gonna be 2 men on Living Single. One got to be light, one got to be dark. Clyde Barker was dark. And then you had Overton was light. We do it. Now when we go back, now somebody was brought up the Wannabes and Jigaboos. The Lisa did. That was Spike Lee and do School Days. Spike Lee and School Days. And he was being intentional about what he did. Now it was definitely a play on, and if you're familiar with Greek culture at the HBCUs, it was definitely a play on the AKAs and the Deltas. Because there was a time where it just seemed like you couldn't be an AKA if you weren't lighter than a paper bag, and you had to be a Delta if you was dark skinned at all. You had any skin color at all, you welcome to Delta land. It's not like that now. But it was definitely a time where you had to be light skinned to be and he was definitely playing on that culture. That's all that was. That was Spike Lee. Spike Lee has always been genius in what he does, bringing highlights to different things. And I think that School Days did a couple of things. If you watch School Days, I think between School Days and Different World, those 2 shows created more interest in HBCU culture than any movies and TV shows ever. Those 2 things were such big boost to it. I think so many people wanted to get involved in Greek life because of School Days, negative or positive. He showed the negatives and the positives of being in an organization. But those 2 shows created people wanting to go to HBCUs. I'm telling y'all right now, when I was at the Norfolk State University, I used to be president of the student ambassadors, and we used to get tours of the campus. And we definitely had people asking how far were we from Hillman. You get kids from like the West Coast, Texas, places like that, because there are no HBCUs past Texas. Once you get to Texas, you pretty much that's the end of the line. There's no HBCUs on the West Coast. So those kids would come over and they would ask us how far North State was from Hillman. Definitely made an impression on people. Good morning, Dennis. People definitely understood the culture because of that. The people wanted to go. Now, they didn't show all the truths of HBCUs on those shows, but it definitely was the culture. Good morning, LaTroy. I just don't think that anything ever affected HBCU culture more than that. And there have been shows that have been, listen, I ain't even gonna lie to you. There are shows that have set culture for a lot of things. We really feel like Beverly Hills 90210, Beverly Hills. That's the only reason we know what the area code for Beverly Hills is because of Beverly Hills 90210. And we definitely feel if you watch Beverly Hills 90210 growing up, you definitely feel like you knew Beverly Hills. You feel like that's what Beverly Hills is. People feel like the legal system is law and order. I worked in the legal system 16 years. It was never a day where it was like law and order. I'm telling you now, you're not getting this case solved in a day and a half. If you think you ever going to some judge's house at 11 o'clock at night, if you ever think you going to the judge's house at 11 o'clock at night and picking up a warrant, you smoking crack. Ain't there a judge in the world. It doesn't happen that way, people. And that's why I know when I read Facebook and stuff like that, and people always got an opinion about what's happening in the case legally. I'm like, oh, y'all got them law and order degrees. Y'all went to the University of Law and Order. Y'all have no idea how real court works. It's just not how that works. They no cop going to the judge's house. Judge Smith, I need you to sign this warrant right now. I was in the middle of dinner. It's okay. Now, in the heat of the night might have been real. Now, in the heat of the night was real. That was real racism. In the heat of the night, listen. Now, in the heat of the night, and Dukes of Hazzard, probably the two most racist programs ever to just make it on national TV that black folk loved. Black folk loved In the Heat of the Night and the Dukes of Hazzard. Boss Hall might as well have worn a KKK uniform on the show. The Duke boys were driving that car with that Confederate flag on it, and little black kids couldn't wait to get one. I want me a General Lee. Now, if we want to talk about programming and conditioning, listen. In the Heat of the Night, and In the Heat of the Night, I just said the name of the show. In the Heat of the Night. Oh, and the Dukes of Hazzard. Definitely did it. Now, Chief ended up with a black woman. That was a tester. I'm telling you, that show was about conditioning. They let the Chief end up with that black woman on In the Heat of the Night just to see how white America could handle it. Could white America handle the Chief with that black woman? Y'all notice once the Chief got that black woman, that show went down. That show was done. Chief got that black woman, done. Bubba, let's see, and listen, Bubba, I don't know what it was. Bubba, there was only two white sex symbols for your grandmama. Bubba and Victor Newman. Your grandmama loved some Bubba and some Victor Newman. They were the only two white sex symbols they had. Old black women loved Bubba. They was all on Bubba. They loved them some Bubba. Yeah, see, Stephanie just said it. Bubba was the sex symbol. They loved them some Bubba. He just come on, hey there, boss. Hey there, Chi. He used to talk like Green Mile. Hey there, you good? We got a problem, Chi. Nah, Bubba. That was it. Them two was the only two. They loved old black ladies loved Bubba. That's what he was on the show for. Virgil, because Virgil won't it. Virgil won't it. Won't nobody checking for Virgil. Now, Kojak, Magnum PI, women ain't go crazy. Grandmamas ain't go crazy for Kojak and Magnum PI. They just like Kojak. They like the show. Kojak, Matlock, they just like the show. Matlock up there eating hot dogs and stuff. I know a young lady that still watches Matlock to this day. Won't let Matlock go. In love with Matlock. Let that man go. Let that man live. He's 9,037 years old. Magnum PI had the chest hair out. Living like a gorilla. Had the chest hair out. Tam says she loves it. It's a TV Thursday. If you tuned in, this is See You in the Morning. It's a Thursday. We're trying to figure out what Thursdays are good for. It used to only be good for the Cosby Show in a different world. So we've turned today into a TV Thursday. People just talk about shows that they liked and why they liked them. What's happening and what's happening now. So what's happening now didn't get the respect that what's happening got. What's happening was a quality show. The mama on What's Happening was there for. I was there for her. She was what you wanted. She was what you wanted. They were what you wanted on What's Happening. What's Happening was a good show. Raj, Rerun, Dwayne. Been a lot of popular Dwaynes. Popular Dwaynes on TV. The most preferred Dwayne. Now, I'm going to tell you this. The Dwayne from Different World is way better than Dwayne from What's Happening. Raj and D, good job. Dwayne and Rerun. Let me tell you something. What's Happening is still got to be the record for the most fat actors on one popular TV show. You've never seen that many chunky people in Hollywood as you saw on What's Happening. You had D was a little chunky, the mama was chunky, Rerun was chunky, and the lady at the restaurant chunky. You ain't never really had 4 chunk muffins on one show. 4 fat people starring in a show. Fat People Paradise. I forgot the lady that worked at the diner. She was chunky, had a little attitude, a little sass to her. Rerun was like, fat people can dance too. Yeah, you had to love what that show did for Fat America. Shirley, Big Shirley. Thank you, James. Big Shirley. And from that point on, any Shirley, if you are named Shirley, you are genetically disposed to being big. Y'all go find me a Slim Shirley. You can't do it. I'm Slim Shirley. Yes, all the Slim Shirleys. You can't do it. Find me a Slim Shirley. And I ain't talking about Temple. I'm talking about in the African American community. If you name your child Shirley and that child gains 40 pounds at birth. At birth, without question. Big Shirley. There's a Big Shirley on Martin. All Shirleys is big. Now, here's a dispute that I've had with lots of people. Some people are going to be upset about this. Some people are going to take this and really be upset. But in the pantheon of television shows, in the pantheon of African American television, I don't have Martin ranked that high. Y'all, listen, I'm telling you now. Martin, to me, was an okay show. Martin had moments, but it lacked it. Martin was See You in the Morning. Martin will See You in the Morning. It's never going to be great. It lacks the structure, but it's entertaining. And I told you, listen, Tam, I see what you're saying. I see you with the it. I see what you're saying. I understand what you're saying. I didn't listen, James. I'm not saying that Martin was not funny, but in the pantheon of black television, people have respected the Martin show way more than it should have been respected. Denzel is absolutely right. Fresh Prince was better than Martin. Shanae was a stolen character. So being a comic and knowing the story of Shanae and the fact that Martin Lawrence stole Shanae from another comic, I already can't stand. I already don't even respect the whole Shanae character. In Living Color, top 3, you can't put it below top 5. Sometimes A Living Color can be top 2, not number 2. The Cosby Show, of course, is going to be in the pantheon of black television. Cosby Show is always going to be considered number 1. You can then slide Different World in at number 2 if you want to, but you can argue Different World and In Living Color. You can argue in Different World and Living Color. But Martin's not there. To me, there is nothing that makes the Martin show iconic. I'm just gonna say it. It was okay. Gina was annoying, and then again, same thing. That light and dark rise. Now, the fact that Gina and Pam are good friends in real life, and even before the show, I'll give them that. You saw them at House Party and all that. Gina and Pam inseparable. If we can keep it a buck, if we can keep it a stack, Pam was the Stone Cold Fox. Pam should have been the couple should have been Pam and Martin. If Pam and Martin were the couple, that show would have been iconic. Because Pam and Martin had the same vitriol between characters that Red Fox had on Sanford and Son. It just would have worked. I think it would have worked. But again, light skin bias. Y'all only put Gina and Pam. Yeah, Gina and Pam have been together for decades. It's been Gina and Pam. They all work together. Gina and Pam they all worked in the same telemarketing center with Kid and Play. It was crazy. It's crazy how that all worked out. Esther. Sanford and Esther. Fred Sanford and Esther had that. That was the same type of chemistry between Pam and Martin. I think if you would have been able to have Pam and Martin go back and forth with each other the way that they go at each other, and then be able to come back and show a side of each other where they were in love with each other, that would have been magical. But again, light skin bias. So they slap Gina up there. They just put Gina up there. Yeah, I'm just telling y'all. It wasn't an iconic show. It wasn't. It was a good show. I'm gonna give it 3 steps to great. They did some things on the Martin show that were fantastic. There were some moments. If we really want to be honest, some of the most iconic moments were non-Martin moments. You bring Jodeci up there. The Varnell man can. Did you miss me? Some of those were some of the most iconic moments. Biggie came on the show. And they had some great episodes. Martin had some great episodes. But overall, in the Pantheon and top 5 shows. Matter of fact, let me get your top 5. What are your top 5 black television shows? If we talking about the life of black television. Top 5. I think we got to go Cosby Show 1. And let's not put them in any order. Cosby Show, Different World, In Living Color, Good Times, and that number 5 spot is hard. I would like to put Sanford and Son in there, but I don't think Sanford and Son did it. I would like to put We're Moving On Up. I would love to put that in there. You know what, Larry? I think Larry has hit it. I think Larry just hit it. He said Jefferson. I think Larry hit it with Showtime at the Apollo. I think Larry is on point when he says Showtime at the Apollo. I think that's number 5. Iconic that changed the culture. Showtime at the Apollo changed the culture. It launched careers. It became, people are still today trying to do, Showtime at the Apollo still comes on. The Apollo is still a legendary theater. It still holds it down. People are still to this day trying to mimic what Showtime at the Apollo was. Anybody saying that they having any kind of talent show, it's still Showtime. Showtime at the Apollo is still ingrained in the minds. There's kids that I know ain't never even seen an episode of Showtime at the Apollo. They understand Rubbing the Wood, the Kiki Shepard. They understand all of that. Iconic. This is what I talk about. Iconic. Did Martin change the culture in any way? No. Martin didn't change the culture in any way. Didn't. It just didn't. The only thing that may have changed the culture in Martin is the You Ain't Got No Job, Tommy. Soul Train changed the culture. Yo MTV Raps, I don't count that as a black show because it was on MTV. Lynn says, take Good Times off. Yes, Good Times was written by the whites. But even if you get into the deeper story of Good Times, I think Good Times changed the culture. I think Good Times was the first time black families were shown on television in the way that they were shown. I can't disregard Good Times. I can't. 227 was a good show. 227 not iconic. 227 was a good show, it just wasn't iconic. 227 was Black Golden Girls. Golden Girls was iconic. 227 just missed the mark. Now, when I say that they weren't iconic, I'm not saying that they weren't good shows. 227 was a great show. 227 was a great show. Mary. Black man came up with the idea for Good Times, and then the white guys stepped in there and stole it. It was created by two black men, and white guys came in there and stole it. Ain't we lucky we got them? Boom, 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 boom. Good times, yes. You got to really get in that Norman Lear. There was black people involved in Good Times. A lot of black people involved in Good Times. But you just gotta realize that these white folk was like, we putting it out there. Norman Lear was the one who initially stole the idea. Eric Monte and Mike Evans created the show. Then Norman Lear was like, I got it from here, people. I'll be stealing your black culture. Just like Kelsey Grammer. Well, girlfriends. White is gonna be. Again, some of these shows, iconic. That's My Mama was a good show. Three's Company. I mean, Three's Company was different, but I don't think they were black. Different shows. Give me a break. I sure deserve it. I finally made it to the top. Nell Carter. Great show. Not iconic. It didn't change the landscape of television or society. Different strokes ain't make everybody go out and adopt children. You didn't go out there. Amen. I thought was a classic show. I think Sherman Hemsley has been a part of two classics. Amen and the Jeffersons. I think Sherman Hemsley did a good job. Boom, 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 boom. Turn on the lights from heaven, Lord. Shine on me. Amen was the first time that we had a rogue solo singer on the intro. Turn on the lights. Help me find my way, Lord. It was a lot to that. I liked it. I loved the show. I loved Amen. I thought Amen was Amen. And listen, this is from a guy that's on a show called Churchy. If you haven't seen Churchy, it's on BET Plus as we speak. You can go check that out. BET Plus, Churchy. And I play the role of a deacon on the show. So Deacon Fry was somebody that I could have been, in a past life. I think Amen was a classic show. Define a black TV show. Lynn Dula, thank you. I'll say this. Here's what I consider black television or black cinema. I think all of those things that you mentioned, show with black characters, writers, are created by black persons. But I think when we start to talk about black television shows, we talk about shows that dealt with specifically black culture, black lifestyles, and the black community. That's when my trash truck is out. That jank trash trucking. I don't think they're going. Last week they didn't take my trash up. I think they were mad about my interview, so they didn't pick my trash up. They actually just knocked my trash can over and left it there. So I'll see if they take my trash this week. That would be my consideration for when we start talking about black television shows. It's like, for example, I'll take Orange is the New Black. Orange is the New Black Orange is the New Black had multiple black characters. It was a prison show. There was a whole bunch of there was a lot that's black culture. So now we start talking about today's time. So you got the Game, BMF, all the drug shows. What's 50 Cent shows? All them shows, Power, and all of those shows. That's black television. In a way, those shows are iconic in this blackness. Color Purple, regardless of how you feel about Steven Spielberg and all of that kind of stuff, Color Purple was a necessary show. It's iconic. Color Purple changed the fabric. So when we start talking about movies, I don't even know if we can come up with a top 5 all-time black movies. Because here's the thing. I don't think Guess Who's Coming to Dinner is a black film. But no, I said films. I said films, man. I don't think Guess Who's Coming to Dinner is a black film, but it spoke to black culture and what we were going through at the time. I think The Wire is the reason why we have all of these other shows and people don't respect The Wire like that. The Wire and Oz. The Wire and Oz are not respected for the culture change that they brought into television. If not for The Wire and Oz, you don't have BMF, you don't have Power, you don't have any of those shows. The Wire and Oz created that. These are just facts. Orange is the New Black is nothing but white woman Oz. I ain't even gonna lie to you. As much as you hate to say it, Friday is iconic. Friday is iconic. Friday, you can't take away from what Friday is to the culture. Friday was culture changing in a way that I believe, like, so when we start talking about changing the culture, Friday was culture changing in a way that Martin was not. Listen, Friday was so culture changing. Big Worm still has a career based off of Friday. You can't tell me, and this will probably get back to him in some kind of way, and I'm glad that I'm not a big enough star for him to care. But you can't tell me anything else that he's done. I challenge anybody to tell me a Faison Love joke. I challenge anybody to quote me a Faison Love joke. If you tell me that Faison is one of your favorite comics, you're a fat Faison lie. If you tell me when I be like, man, who's one of your favorite comics? You'd be like, oh, no, Faison. You're a fat Faison lie. Y'all tell me that. The Friday and the Friday franchise created so many careers. Friday created Faison's career. Friday created they created Cat Williams' career. The harsh reality is Cat Williams had been out there doing comedy, doing stand-up, doing everything, and just couldn't quite make it. For a long time, nobody knew Cat Williams' real name. He was Cat in the Hat. He was all those things. And Friday created Cat Williams. Because even after that, there was a long time before people knew who Cat Williams was. They still was calling him Money Mike. They were still calling him Money Mike. Friday created Cat Williams. It was a springboard for him. It was a springboard for Chris Tucker. It was Chris Tucker's springboard. We didn't know Chris Tucker like that. That was Chris Tucker's springboard. Friday was iconic in the careers that it created. It put John Witherspoon, God rest his soul, at a whole different level. Friday was amazing. Terry Crews. Oh, I Am a Boy, Damon. Listen. It's just Friday's iconic. Friday's iconic. Boys in the Hood, Lynn. Boys in the Hood. Boys in the Hood was. I have to not give Boys in the Hood iconic. I hate to it. I hate to say it wasn't iconic. Set It Off, I think was iconic just because of the angle that it came from of all woman bank robbers. But Boys in the Hood was not one of the first forays into the black neighborhood. Listen, Cooley High, if we remember Cooley High, when Cochise died, listen, Cochise dying was amazing. I love Boys in the Hood, and again, remember what I'm saying when I talk about it being iconic. There's a different level to it. I know some of these takes are difficult. I only got 4 minutes left on the show. I know some of these takes are difficult to say. But Tam, I saw how you showed out yesterday, so I'm afraid to disagree with you on the level of iconic of being Boomerang and Belly. But Boomerang and Belly, both good movies. Step below great. Definitely not iconic. They didn't change the culture. Cotton Comes to Harlem. Cornbread. What is it? Cornbread. Listen, they killed Cornbread. The formula was there. Cornbread died. Cooley High, Cochise. Now, from my perspective, and I'm gonna tell you this, I'm gonna say this. It's hard for me, and y'all throwing these great movies out. Oh, Mahogany. Come on, Lynn. We already know Mahogany. We don't even have to discuss that. Lady Sings the Blues. This is just different times. Now I have to say this. I get into this battle all the time with other friends in my industry, other comics. But when we try to discuss greatness, and y'all, it's Cornbread Earl and me. Thank you, Keith. And we discuss Harlem Nights. Harlem Nights was amazing. Comedic ensemble pieces. Ensemble pieces. It's hard for me to choose between Harlem Nights and Life. Now there's three comedic movies that I think when we start talking about from the 80s and beyond are iconic in what they are. And that's Coming to America, Life, and Harlem Nights. Coming to America, I don't give credit as being an ensemble piece because it really was just Eddie Murphy and Arsenio playing 6,000 roles. I think that if this may be a comment that a lot of y'all may not agree with, but I think culturally, Coming to America was as culturally significant as Black Panther, just in a different time. If Coming to America had to come out during the social media age, Coming to America is Michael Jordan to Black Panther's LeBron James in cultural impact. Ain't nobody care about Africa and all that kind of stuff till Coming to America. Coming to America, people looked at Africa different. It was one of the very first portrayals of Africans being just different. It was just different. It was culturally, people looked at Africa. Queen the Bee still, you want to sing that everywhere you go. It's hard for me to choose as a comedian. It's all the question I've always asked as a comedian, and this may be just for regular people too, but because comedians are irregular. Which set would you have rather been on? Would you have rather been on set for Harlem Nights or Life? Harlem Nights, Eddie Murphy, Richard Pryor, Red Fox. Just all-star cast. Or would you have rather been on set of Life? Eddie Murphy, Martin Lawrence, Bernie Mac, Anthony Anderson. I can't give you a hands down. I can't give you a hands down, Tam. Would you rather be in Zamunda or Wakanda? I can't give you a hands down on either one of those. Harlem Nights, yes. Arsenio Hall. But that being around Eddie, Bernie Mac, Martin, every day to shoot. Anthony Anderson, Guy Torrey. The number of comics in life. Just give me both of them. Give me both of them. Don't make me choose. Don't make me choose. And we haven't even and the reason why I say those movies were iconic, they were great in that way. We have yet to find a movie that could match what those movies did. Even when they try to do it. Listen, we just went too far with House Parties. The original House Party was iconic in how I set it off. We wanted to have house parties because of House Party. The original House Party, Robin Harris, just as a father, just amazing. And then they just went too far. They did the same thing the Matrix did. They was like, let's make all these. No, we did too many house parties. When they started bringing in people other than Kid and Play to try to spice it up, we was like, yeah, we've gone too far now. Yeah, House Party 35, like next they're gonna have condo party, HOA party. We ain't got time for homeowners association. Sparkle should have never been made. We should have ended it at Dreamgirls. Dreamgirls was the perfect musical movie for the culture. Dreamgirls, 5 Heartbeats, and Temptations. And then after that, we should have stopped. That should have been the 3. That should have been our big 3 right there. Anything else, unacceptable. It should have been our big 3. And really, we could have combined, if we really wanted to go with ultra greatness, we could have combined 5 Heartbeats and the Temptations. Because they the same movie. Sometimes you get confused. You can't remember which one was which. It was basically the same movie. Which always makes me wonder what happened to the Midnight Falcons. When Bird left the Midnight Falcons, what happened to them? Reading Rainbow did more for the culture of black people reading. Don't take my word for it. Dun-dun-dun. Butterfly in the sky. I can go twice as high. Take a look. It's in a book. A Reading Rainbow. Listen, when she goes to that lower registry, a Reading Rainbow. That's it. I mean, we 3 minutes over on the show, man. News, weather, and sports, man. Ain't no news. All the news is the news. Weather is going to be rainy today, probably. It's been nice too long. It's probably going to rain. And sports, ain't no more sports till football season. The draft is in 2 weeks. Take a look. It's in a book. She sang that with a smile. A Reading Rainbow. Listen, she wanted to put some soul in it too. Y'all heard that vibrato. I can go anywhere. Things to know and ways to grow. A Reading Rainbow. Fighting Temptations didn't have to be made. I told you where we could stop. We could have stopped. Y'all can throw all those moves out there. Oh, no. I'm sorry. Please, Tam. Don't tell Tam on me. Z, don't do that. Don't tell Tam on me. Last Dragon was an amazing film. It just didn't change the culture for real. I love Bruce Leroy. Show enough. I love that film. Last Dragon, it's not top tier. Let's be honest. Last Dragon was not top tier, but it was almost there. You know, like if you have a meter and it goes and red was top tier, you know, it'll go, you know, green, yellow, red, or whatever. It was almost to the red. Like every moment or two, it'll peak up into the red, but it won't always solidly in the red. A Reading Rainbow. reading rainbow. Show enough. Then Martin stole the show enough character. I'm telling y'all, Martin was not as iconic as we tried to. So here's the thing, Z. This is gonna make me seem real selloutish. But I watched Last Dragon. Last Dragon, it made me want to do karate because Last Dragon was so much of a comedy. Karate Kid, oh my gosh. After Karate Kid went off, we was crane kicking everything. It was crane kicks left and right. Listen. After the original Karate Kid, now Karate Kid 2 was my favorite Karate Kid, but after the original Karate Kid, whoo, it's crazy. It's crazy. News, weather, and sports. Side note, if we watching stuff now, if you have Disney Plus, you have got to watch X-Men 97. If you in my age range, 40 or 41 and below, even a few people that are a little older than 41, go watch X-Men 97. It is Disney's best work since it is Marvel's best work since the Avengers. X-Men 97 is amazing. I watched the most recent episode of X-Men 97. I have not been traumatized by a cartoon like this since the first time Optimus Prime died. Since Endgame. X-Men 97 is Marvel's best work since Endgame. Listen, Mr. Miyagi had everybody think that you could fix people's limbs. That showed us better now. X-Men 97. It's 5 episodes out right now, 30 minutes a piece. If you can get out and start watching them, I'm telling you right now, X-Men 97 is amazing. It is an emotional roller coaster. I'm a grown man standing in front of my TV crying. Shouldn't be that way. Shouldn't be that way, but it was. Shouldn't be that way, but it was. Next Thursday, y'all get ready. We're gonna do next Thursday. Next Thursday. Don't start typing them in now. Don't start typing them in now. Just get them in your head. Next Thursday, we doing top singers of all time, Black community. And so this is going now, and I'm not just going off of vocal ability, but we're gonna also add in their songs and their effect on culture. Their songs and their effects on culture. I'm just gonna throw that out there. Today's word of the day is discomfit, not discomfort. I'm not saying discomfort wrong. It's discomfit. This COMFIT. Discomfit. This is real. That could have gone real nasty when you start talking about discomfort. But anyway, to discomfit somebody is to make them confused or upset. Discomfit is a formal synonym of the also formal but slightly less so disconcert. Jacob was discomfited by the new employee's forward probing questions. To discomfit someone is to make them confused or upset. Don't let anybody discomfit you today. Discomfit is a formal synonym of the also formal but slightly less so disconcert. Don't let anybody discomfit you today. I can do anything. Discomfit. Jacob was discomfited by the new employee's forward probing questions. If they talk about you today, man, don't let them discomfit you. What are the guidelines for best center? I think I just put them out there, Lynn. It ain't necessarily just got to be their best song. Like we could talk about singers. I'll throw a name out because I don't want to have a conversation till next Thursday. But Michelle Ndegeocello, excellent singer. Never made it on the pop charts like talking about. It hasn't had the success vocally, hasn't had the success commercially that other singers have had. So we could talk about both of those levels. We could talk about actual vocal ability. We could talk about their success on the charts, and we could talk about their effects on the culture. We're gonna do all of those things. We're just gonna get it all. We're gonna get it in. I think next week could get to be the week where we get some fights in here. I've been waiting for some fights. And so we done. And we can go any genre. But we're gonna talk about the genres differently. because I think when you start talking about, oh, don't get me started. Wait, I'm just giving y'all teasers. I think when you talk about best singers, you're not going to be able to find a genre that can deal with gospel. I'm out of here, y'all. Listen, it's gonna be another great day, man. Even though Thursday's a useless day, don't let your day be useless. You understand what I'm saying? Make sure you get out there, enjoy yourself, make an impact today. You can do it. I know you got it in you. Go out there and make an impact, man. Big shout outs, man. Hey, man, let's send our prayers and good wishes to my man Larry Hales. He's headed to Vegas for nationals. He is a phenomenal bowler. He's the only pro bowler, professional bowler that I know. So please make sure, man, we bring back the championship, man. Let's support Larry and his championship run, man. Listen, nobody plays with balls better than Larry. So y'all go ahead and keeps him shiny, puts his finger in them, really cups them, you know. So go ahead, man, and big shout out to my man Larry Hales as he heads to Vegas for the bowling nationals, man. And all I want is championships out of you, cuz I'm about to be watching ESPN 8 to Ocho, man, just to see you do what you do, man. She said contractions. Okay, not even congratulations, just contractions. So go out there and have a baby. Is what Lynn said. Contractions and good luck. So, but only his own, Keith. A lot of people play with other people's balls, but Larry got his own balls, and he does it. He's not playing with other people's balls. He plays with his. So appreciate that, man. But yeah, big shout outs, man. I didn't know that was this weekend, but big shout outs to my man Larry going out there bowling it up. So get that done. Other than that, man, we out, man. Y'all can always follow me in any form of social media. Is at Cletus Comedy. Make sure y'all share the show if you want to donate to the show and its support, man. We ask for like $1 a week. You can do $1 a month if you want to. That can be sent to my Cash App, Cletus Comedy. And big shout outs to all the people who've already given. Bree, Christina, lots of people have already given to our detergent drive. Remember, we're getting detergent to give the Portsmouth Volunteers for the Homeless. If you want to give to that drive, you can send it to me, Cash App, or you can have the detergent sent directly to Portsmouth Volunteers for the Homeless, 800 Williamsburg Avenue, Suite B in Portsmouth, Virginia. So we got to make sure we support them with the detergent drive, liquid detergent. I even had somebody go as far as, I didn't even think about that, giving me some fabric softener yesterday. Fabric softener sheets, 2 big boxes. That was Christine. So big shout outs to Christine for doing what she does. Amazing. So that detergent drive is going on. So if you want to get to the detergent drive, there's 2 ways to do it. If you're local, I'll even come and pick it up from you. So y'all just let me know. And tomorrow's going to be our delivery day. At least we're going to start tomorrow. If I don't get enough detergent tomorrow to take over there and I don't feel personally satisfied. You're like me. I've never been satisfied. Oh, that was from Hamilton. My whole life can be revolved around Hamilton. But anyway, I'm gonna continue it on so we can keep giving them more and more detergent. But we got to make sure we get something to them. All right. Other than that, man, make sure you make somebody feel good today, even if that somebody just happens to be you. Until next time, God willing, the creek don't rise. I'll be back. I was having a moment. It happens all the time. I do have Apple Pay. It's just send it to my phone. I do have Apple Pay. Larry, you out here being fancy out here in these streets. Apple Pay. Get it, L. My man Hales. What the hells? Out there throwing them balls. Throw them balls. Okay, I'm getting off. My Cash App. Yep. You know, Cash App. You got my phone number, Larry, so you can send it. Your brother-in-law is going to nationals too? They could ride together. I mean, they probably wouldn't drive to Las Vegas. But Wendy's brother-in-law is also going to nationals. That's dope. Oh, look at these big bowls. You want to be a bowler, shot caller. Y'all do that. All right, we out, man. I'm leaving because if not, I'll just be going all over the place. Remember, go in that break room today and throw the trash can. Just throw the trash can in your break room and be like, I can't take this no more. Get sent to HR. It'll feel good on the inside. I'm out, man. Till next time, man. Love y'all. Peace.
Kick your shoes off, take a load off. Don't go nowhere till the show's off. Oh, you know it's gonna be a movie when you got Cletus Cassidy on your TV. Yeah, already know Mr. Funny Man. Coming to you and making you laugh again. Started off on the radio, now we got the Cletus Cassidy Show. Yeah. laugh again. Started